Last Oasis finally has a release date that seems to be sticking this time, and will be released on the 26th of March, a little less than a week away. On Steam Early Access, after 2 initial delays. Now don't get me wrong in saying that, too many games nowadays are plagued with being released way too early, and I think the developers know what they are doing and giving the game the best possible chance upon release. Now this being my first video on Last Oasis, I'd like to take a second to say that I will mainly be focusing my channel around Last Oasis this year. So for more videos like this, please subscribe. And I will be live streaming the game on release and making as informed videos as I can throughout the year. This will be about what is known about Last Oasis, working with limited information on the game, as even the beta testers had to sign a non-disclosure form. Last Oasis is an MMO/survival game dubbed by the developers, set in an alternative universe where the Earth is stopped rotating on its axis and instead is only orbiting the sun, with one side constantly ablaze and the other side frozen solid, leaving only a small section on the planet livable, with oases. Oases? Anyway, with them surrounded by wastelands, constantly changing with the sun, meaning all life had to evolve to moving and staying within the livable parts of the zones. Full of loot, these zones looking in the map are made up of tiles, with an oasis being one tile and the wastelands surrounding them, with the wastelands not having any resources in them. The maps are constantly changing, with each server being decommissioned and new ones being created around the player base at the time. Tiles have different event maps and event oases, and gives players a chance at more resources and loot. Clans can take claim to these oasis tiles by building claiming walkers, which take about an hour to make, the developers said. The first clan to complete one take claim to an oasis, which also gives the opportunity for the clan to claim the adjacent wasteland tiles. Even owning the tiles, the clan will have to work fast to get all resources before other clans attack or the next migration. Trading posts move with the map on oases and incur attacks on the clan owning that tile. Trading posts are community hubs where players can trade resources and set their own prices on items. The developers have added a skill-based combat system where the player must input the direction with the mouse, then click the attack button before the attack is delivered. And the same is with blocking. Stamina is used with each hit, making the fight strategic, knowing when to attack and when to regain stamina, or seeing the opponent is puffed out and taking the advantage. Each weapon requires different ways they are used, and some are harder to be used, making basic fighting weapons and more advanced ones needing more skill to use. You don't have to be in a clan in Last Oasis. Scavengers ride smaller, faster walkers, going between oases looking for resources on the ground, in tall plants, or scavenging them from players. But it's risky being a scavenger, and you must run rather than fight. A cool mechanic in the game is Nomadic singing, where your players can sing different tunes and songs with different buttons, and it is said to use almost 800 samples. Here is some footage of the developers using that mechanic. The Sandworms inhabit between oases in the wastelands, but mainly in event maps, and if pinned down and killed, drop rare resources that can be used to make rare items in the game. But the Sandworms aren't just restricted to the wastelands, they can move to any part of the map, destroying any walkers and structures in their path, and will most likely be targeted by other clans at the same time you are trying to take one down. When logging out, you're kept in threat of other players looting you. Building a non-movable structure like a base is preferable. But the developers have implemented a new save logout system. By going to wasteland tiles, and if not attacked for a certain period of time, you and your items will despawn until you next log in. But you don't have to respawn in the same area. Using water, you can migrate to different oasis tiles. So stocking up on food and water before logging off in a safe logout zone is a good idea. Last Oasis is a PvP open world map game, but not every player wants to pick a fight, as different clans will be stronger and have allies. And owners of Oasis tiles will have the responsibility to keep the tiles safe from pirates and such. Conducting convoy to different tiles for trading of valuable loot to trading posts, the world of Last Oasis looks to be one I can't wait to spend a lot of hours playing. I hope you enjoyed this video, hit that like button if you did, and again, for more videos like this, please subscribe. I'll link the Last Oasis Steam page and Discord, but I'll also link my Discord, where you can reach me more easily for suggestions on other videos, or you can just hang out with me. Sensei.